Hello, this is Angela with Parker's Permaculture. I'm standing in the front yard of my Portland, Oregon permaculture garden. We are in zone 9A here. Okay, so this is my front yard food forest. I have a 1/4 acre total for my property. That includes the footprint of the house, the driveway, etc. I don't have a very big garden. Now, in the past, I've talked about how I have 42 fruit and nut trees here, and I have removed a couple since then, so I think I'm down to 37 or 38. I am taking things out as they are not proving to be ideal or not working for us, or just like as our tastes and needs evolve in the garden, right? So this part of the garden is very small, but it is a food forest design. And that means it follows a specific design. It means that I'm very intentional about what gets planted here, even though it may look a little bit chaotic. Permaculture very much is a naturalistic way of gardening, and it's a way that mimics strategies in nature in order to maximize your yield. And I think it's beautiful. So even though it may not look like a conventional, highly manicured, landscaped garden, it is landscaped. It's just landscaped with a different philosophy than what you might be used to. Okay, so I thought I would show you a few things happening here in the food forest this time of year, because I've been gone for a few days in Atlanta, and all of a sudden there are things that are ripe. All of a sudden there is work that needs to be done, and a good part of this garden is looking a little bit overgrown. I need to come in and do a round of chop and drop. I will be doing that in the morning. It is a little bit late in the evening here and I need to get dinner, but I want to show you what things look like right now, and I'll probably come back next week and show you what they look like after some pruning. But I'm realizing how much harvesting there needs to be done in this part of the garden over the next few days. So let me turn the camera around and show you. Okay, so here's some of my grapes. You can see the grapes are doing really well. I said in another video, this is going to be a fantastic grape year, and I meant it. Front and backyard, I have gazillions of grapes. So as we pan around here, I have currants. I have a plum here. This plum has struggled a little bit, even though I get a lot of plums off of it. It's one of the oldest trees in my garden. You can see there's some water sprouts I need to take back. This is Carolina allspice. This was a great addition. I'm so glad it took me years to hunt down a specimen of it, and now I have a few different varieties. And this thing is a great hulking beast. I did not know she would get so big, but dang, she's beautiful. This is my peach tree. So this peach tree had some bacterial canker, and I had to remove large sections of it. I don't know if you can see here, and it has recovered really well. And I just noticed, let me see if I can get over there. Keep in mind, I have pruning to do. So I've just noticed how many peaches are on this tree. There's a lot of peaches in here. Growing peaches in the Pacific Northwest, they are something that you have to consider a short-lived, oh, I'm gonna take this one. They're not quite ready, a few more days. I don't know if you can see them up in here. There's more peaches up back that way. Peaches are disease prone and short-lived, and if you're gonna grow them organically in the Pacific Northwest, you need to accept that reality, or you will be disappointed and unhappy. So moving through, now pull up. I'm going to do a little de facto chop and drop here. Pull up some things on it that are in my way. Okay. So moving through, find ourselves here with some devil's lettuce in the old sense of the word. Okay. Okay, so moving through, you can see that I am kind of chopping and dropping as I walk, things that have gotten really overgrown or should have been cut back while I was in Atlanta but weren't, like this comfrey. You can see a second flush of comfrey here, but those long expired piece stems here need to get removed. You can see here, pulling those down and stepping on them. I love the kind of herbally smell of comfrey. Okay, so we're standing underneath one of my pawpaws. There's the peach tree, pawpaws here. Still developing. They won't be ready till late September or October. It's gonna be a killer year for pawpaws. Then here is my Nikita's Gift persimmon on the other side. It is growing into the path here, so that's definitely an issue for me, because there's the back of it. Hang on, I'll come around to the other side. going to be a good year for these persimmons. As you can see, loads of persimmons on them. So I definitely have to watch out for spiders this time of year, more pawpaws. You can see how heavily laden some of the branches are. I probably need to prop this one up. Actually, pawpaw branches are flexible, but they can break. Behind my pawpaws, I'm gonna avoiding the spoders here. You can see that we had some storm activity and some of my blackberries got knocked down, but you can see just in the last couple days there's ripe blackberries. So I will come out here early tomorrow morning and start picking those and freezing them. Triple Crown is a fabulous blackberry. I need a better system for training them because I have found a couple years in a row, you can see here, bad storms have knocked them down. This area, even though we have this hedge of my neighbors that kind of shelters this part of the garden a little bit, it almost serves like a wind tunnel right here. And so the wind can kind of wrap around the hedge, and just this little part of the garden can get more wind damage than just a few feet further in. Moving on from here, again, Triple Crown blackberries here. I'm gonna eat this one while I'm talking to y'all. Okay, so here's another pawpaw, more pawpaws, pawpaw city everywhere. Behind this pawpaw, there's a little bit of an issue. I don't know if you can see it. I have a cattle panel arch here, and I have a plant that is growing on it that is extremely happy this year, and I don't know what I did different than an average year, but this is my goji berry. Actually, I have a goji berry and a wolfberry. They're in the same genus. Planted here. I need to come out and get picking. I don't like them fresh. They taste like tomatoes, but I do really like them dried. So I will come out here. I'll probably prune because it's really overgrown. I'll probably prune and take these into the house or go sit in a chair in the backyard in order to strip all of these fruits. Something else to do. Probably tomorrow evening. So anywhere that you're moving through the garden this time of year, you want to be careful that you're not knocking off immature fruits in the food forest. So I want to move really intentionally. I want to watch where I'm stepping. I want to be careful of random peaches, more random peaches. These will be ready really, not quite yet, but soon. There is nothing, absolutely nothing like a fresh peach out of the garden. I probably say that about a lot of fruits. Okay, so now we're back over here. There's the peach tree, there's one of my pawpaws, there's the unruly goji berry that is just going gangbusters. Here's my Nikita's Gift persimmon, and this is where I'm having a little bit of an issue. I talked about this in a video yesterday where I mentioned that this portion of it is in the path. So behind this chair that I would love to sit in, but it is overgrown with fruit, and that's okay because there's 3 other chairs I can sit in and enjoy the evening out here. There's a pathway right here. So it means that for right now, I have to cautiously move and lift and try not to knock fruit off, or I can avoid going in this part of the garden behind it. And behind it is, and I don't know if you can see, I did not bag them this year because life has been really hectic. So I'll just have to deal with what I deal with. But these are my Hudson's Golden Gem apples, one of my favorite apples. Behind that, Aronia berry. Behind that is a mock orange, which is not edible, but it's a native plant that produces really fragrant flowers. So that's kind of a look at several elements in the food forest right now, how they're doing. Tons of food and habitat, flowers in a really small space. Okay, thanks so much for watching today. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe. Please check out the ways that you can support the work of this channel. I would really greatly appreciate it. I have a Patreon down below. I have a Venmo. There's a thanks button here on YouTube as well. I also have a PayPal. I don't put anything behind a paywall. I feel very firmly that nothing in permaculture should be gate kept or kept behind a paywall. It is not pay to play. Permaculture is meant to be accessible for anybody. And so that means I rely on not only ad revenue, which is significantly down on YouTube for me the last month, but also on generous gifts from people who watch my content. I want to say thanks. So I will be back really soon, and I hope y'all are staying well and safe, and please come back and see my progress here after I get it all pruned. I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.